I'm giving myself 2 years to rebuild a life that I don't need to escape from. But before I change anything, I realized something. I knew what I wanted to leave, but I didn't know what I wanted to build. That's a problem. So I stepped back and I asked myself, what in my life needed rebuilding? I knew I didn't need to burn everything down to the ground. And I realized there was 3 areas, what I'm calling my foundations, that I needed to work on. Myself, my finances, and my environment. And I knew I needed to start with myself. Yikes. Because if I didn't truly know myself, I would probably just end up building the same life again. Last week we talked about whose voice we've actually been listening to. And when I started to listen to my own, another question emerged. What did I want from life? What kind of life did I want to build? So in true Danielle fashion, I made a list, and it quite literally changed the direction of my life. And I want to share it with you. A few things before making this list. I tried to make sure that it was only my voice that was shining through. My thoughts, my desires, my opinions, just mine. Uncompromised honesty is paramount in this. Also be aware of the source of your opinions and your beliefs. So I'm excited to share this list with you and to get you into the right headspace to start writing it. I have a few questions to ask of you. You're welcome to just answer them in your own mind. No need to write anything down in this part. So I want you to imagine that you have no responsibilities. There's no need for money. There's no need for a job. It's just Tuesday, and you've just woken up. Tell me what you see. Where do you wake up? And what does your space look like? Who's there with you? How does your morning feel? What's its rhythm like? So you've eaten, you've gotten dressed, and you're about to head out. Where are you going? You spend the day doing things that completely light you up. What are they? And your day is finishing, you're all done, and you're about to get into bed. You are the epitome of whole, of full, of just completely satisfied. It's like when you've had your favorite meal and you couldn't eat another bite. So I want you to take this feeling and let's make your list. So for the title of your list, I want you to write this: things that make me overwhelmingly, undeniably happy. And just start writing. Try not to judge it. Try not to think about how realistic it is. Just start writing freely and see what comes out. This list, surprisingly, wasn't about choosing new desires. It was more about recognizing old ones that I had forgotten about. You probably think that getting to know yourself is really hard, but through this list, I'd argue that you already know more about yourself than you think you do. Through lists like this and making your own list and these exercises, and when you look back at your life, these moments that have lit you up and when you felt the happiest, these are all little hints that life throws at you to give you an insight of who you are, of what lights you up. It's the times that you say, I don't know why I don't do that anymore. I used to love that. Or, oh yeah, I have a whole collection of that. I used to really be into that. I just don't have time anymore. It's your Pinterest boards. It's your saves, whatever you save, videos and posts. You recognize parts of yourself in these things. And my own list surprised me because none of it had anything to do with money. I never asked for more money in this list. I didn't write any items of wealth. They all were based on time and relationships and experiences. And isn't that funny? I pretty much arranged my whole life around making money. So it seems I have some priorities to sort through. If you had trouble making this list or letting yourself go there, letting go of the practicality or the reasonability of something, ask yourself why. Have we become so practical that we've forgotten how to imagine? If you can't safely imagine something in your own mind, where can you imagine it? How can you expect it to ever become real if you can't even see it in your own mind? If we can't give ourselves unlimited freedom in the privacy of our own headspace, a place where no one ever gets to see or hear, where can we? Have we become so controlled and tamed by the world that we've unknowingly relinquished our ability to dream? This might seem philosophical, this dreaming and imagining, but I believe it's how you affect real change. I believe it's how you change your circumstances in life. Because it's in these wildest dreams that the dream becomes a thought, and the thought becomes an idea, and then the idea becomes a plan, and then the plan leads to change. Making this list was just the coolest exercise. It changed so much of how I'm thinking about my future and rebuilding. Something my list taught me is that maybe the goal isn't adding more to your life. Maybe it's removing everything that was never really yours. What if becoming yourself is mostly a game of subtraction? So these are the things that make me overwhelmingly, undeniably happy. I think I'll be using this list as a guide, something I refer back to constantly when I'm rebuilding my life. These are obviously things that are important to me, and I want my future decisions to be influenced by them. Ooh, yes. This list is the source of my spring. Wow, so my last video, I did an analogy of your decisions in your life and your beliefs and your opinions. Imagine that they all come from a spring, but have you ever examined the source of your spring? But this is my new source. Yes, I love that. Okay. So yeah, this will be what is holding the pen with me. This will be my voice of influence. So the things that I do, the career path that I choose, it should all be supported by this list, just as much as humanly possible. I think that that's a good place to stop this video. Thank you so much for being here. And every video I make, I'm learning more about this whole process and also about myself. And I hope that these videos are helping you do the same. Until next time.